Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. I am very sorry that I am late. I took a nap and I overslept. And I'm still sleepy. Literally, literally right now I'm still sleepy, y'all. I'm about to come on the camera too. But I'm just throwing on a shirt real quick, child. But I'm about to come on the camera because I hope y'all can hear me pretty good. I'm about to come on the camera because I'm doing a purge tomorrow, so I can't just put this video off because that's gonna put me more behind than I already am, right? So I'm like, fuck it, I gotta do it. I gotta go live. So that's what I'm doing. Excuse how I look. My ear control might not be all the way brushed in, but I don't give a damn right now. I mean, I really don't. The whole point is to go live because I got some stuff that I want to point out and show y'all. All I want to do is make sure that I got me something to drink and make sure that y'all can hear me. Let me see. Hold up. Where is hold up. Where's my lip gloss at? You know, child, when you feel like you look a mess, that lip gloss just make you feel like you look a little bit less of a mess. That's what I'm looking for, my lip gloss. So I can feel like I look a little bit less of a mess. You dig? Let me see. Where the hell is it? Okay, I found my lip gloss. I found my favorite elf lip gloss. Now I gotta turn on my fan. Because my mama be playing with the heater. But we got a lot of good stuff coming for tonight too. So I might be able to shave this part off. I hope everybody had a good day and is having a good day. I hope everybody's week is starting off pretty good. Hey, Miss T, I'm glad that you're here, girl. I'm sorry I was late. But I said to myself, I was like, I don't know how many people will be there anyway. But look, I can depend on you. Thank you so much for coming through. Okay, let me come on camera, y'all. I'm gonna have to let me see. All right, boom. I got my band on. I got something that I want to show y'all, man. Something that I ran across, Miss T, about Young Thug, right? So the first thing, hey. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is talk about what happened with Shannon Stillwell. And I hope that I spell his name right when I put it in my description. But yeah, the first thing I want to talk about is Shannon Stillwell. Do I got edge control? No, I don't. I know I'm good. All right. So today, um, we found out when court started that court is halted today because Shannon Stillwell, one of the defendants in the trial, the co-defendant, was poked up. Let's say poked up, right? Because I don't know how YouTube take the other words, so I'm gonna say poked up um with a shank or something inside Fulton County Jail. So he is currently in the hospital and he had to undergo surgery. So when you have to undergo surgery like that, that was crazy. I'm glad that he, has not lost his life. I hope and pray he has not lost his life and will not lose his life. Because sometimes some things can happen and you'll get rushed to the hospital having surgery and then a couple of days later they give us bad news. So I'm praying and hoping that that is not the case for Mr. Stillwell. But I do want to go ahead and we're gonna talk about that first because that is the shortest commentary that I'm gonna be giving right now. Hold up. Let's just go ahead and go to YouTube. But I also have been telling you guys that um I wanted to react to $1 million worth of game. So I do want to show you some clips from $1 million worth of game as well. But we're gonna first start with law as I'm looking it up so that you guys can be so y'all can watch me look it up. Let me see. Miss T, can you hear me pretty good? I hope you can. I don't think I got my headset on. I don't. All right. Let me make sure the volume is all the way up on here. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to shout out to Law and Crime. I can always depend on Law and Crime Network, honey, for the news. So shout out to thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad that you can hear me pretty good. So let me get rolling. Put my fair use. Boom, Law and Crime. And I just love the fact that they got literally a playlist. So I'll be able to show y'all two things. For one, we're gonna talk about Mr. Stillwell first. Now, also, this is the one where I don't know if you're familiar with it, Miss T, but it is said or speculated that it's actually a fact because they were trying to get it pushed out in court that this was the person who, he was being when the police came to arrest him, that he was in the middle of a goat sacrifice. That's what was said. So, I'm gonna say allegedly still anyway because that has not been a proven fact. But I do know that the defense moved to make sure that that was not in the case. Um, they wanted to make sure that that was excluded. What was going on during the time that they arrested him for this Rico case. So I think that they did end up getting that. I think they did end up making sure that that actually happened.
Niggas be inspired. So I can't even just.
My bad. My bad. That's something else that I wanted to show y'all that was just playing, but right now I just want to get to the playlist because I know that they got. I might have went too far. Did I go too far? Nope. Here it is right here. So we're gonna watch this so that we can know what's going on with Shannon Stillwell. And then we're gonna move on to so I want to show you guys what we're gonna spend most of the time here on. I'm gonna try to keep it as clear, concise, because this is about the racketeering case, and this is what they are saying is why court was recessed early this morning. When it started, he summoned the jury in, and he told the jury that they will reconvene at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. And I was wondering why. I saw in the chat that people were saying something happened, and then this came out.
About the stabbing of defendant Shannon Stillwell. Now, Stillwell faces 2 murder charges, among other counts, and stands trial with 5 other co-defendants, including the rapper Young Thug. All of the defendants are on trial for participation in a criminal street gang called Young Slime Life, or YSL. We have reporter Michael Seiden. He is from WSB TV, joining us live from outside the hospital. Michael, thank you so much for joining us. What can you tell us about what's happening with Shannon Stillwell and all about that stabbing?
Yeah, as you know, today was supposed to be the start of day 10 of this YSL gang case in Fulton County. When we arrived at court, though, we learned that one of the defendants in this case, Shannon Stillwell, was actually here at Grady Memorial Hospital in downtown Atlanta, where he is recovering after he was stabbed last night at the Fulton County Jail. We are told he's expected to make a full recovery. Now, his lawyer has not disclosed the specific injuries, but I've got a couple of sources that have told me that he was stabbed in the stomach and that he underwent surgery early this morning. Now, of course, this is problematic considering we're in the middle of the trial. So this morning, the judge brought everybody in, the jurors as well, and he addressed the jurors. He didn't get into the details. He didn't say the specific person, but he basically said that Shannon Stillwell, or excuse me, he said that one of the individuals in this case had a medical issue and that he was going to dismiss the jury for the rest of the day, but to come back tomorrow for testimony starting at 9 a.m.
Michael, it sounds like the injuries are very serious. If he was stabbed in the stomach, it sounds like he would not be able to return to court tomorrow. Do you get the impression that he will be in for a significant amount of time?
All right. Hold on, because I know that's an ad. So I'm gonna mute the ad. No thanks. Skip. Let's go.
You know, this is all speculation right now, but I'm with you. I mean, I can't imagine if you were stabbed once or multiple times in the stomach, underwent surgery, that you'd be able to get back to court tomorrow. But as of now, the plan is to be back in court. But you got to remember, too, this week is the last week before that 2-week break before the holiday. So I know there's a number of witnesses that the prosecution's planning on calling on. But I did speak before we got on here with Mac Shart. He is the defense attorney who's representing Shannon Stillwell. He told me he's planning to get here this afternoon to talk with his client. So we're hoping to get an update. But that's a great question moving forward because, again, Shannon Stillwell is going to want to be in the courtroom as these proceedings continue.
Exactly, Michael. He has the right to be in that courtroom. We'll see what his attorney says after he has a conversation with him. I suppose he could waive that right and the case could continue, or they could declare a mistrial. We talked about that earlier, and the case could also continue, or they could just separate his case. So I definitely think that there are options if it's a mistrial as to him, or if his case is separated, or if he does come back. One thing is very interesting, though, is if the case continues and he's not separated out of the case and he's missing from that chair, I would think that the jury would wonder what happened to him and start speculating as to what this medical emergency is. So I think, and asking you now, what's your opinion as to what the judge might do under those circumstances?
Right. I mean, when you think about this original indictment, there was 28 defendants. We're now down to 6. So it wouldn't be very hard for the jury to figure out who was missing from the proceedings. You know, one more quick note about this incident though overnight that I failed to mention, you know, this is all still under investigation right now. We're still trying to figure out the circumstances surrounding this stabbing. Also, I should mention that it was last summer in 2022 that Shannon Stillwell was actually a victim of a stabbing then as well. Now, I've reached out to the sheriff's office. They're preparing a statement and going to release more details about that incident. But I can tell you just from reporting on this jail in the past, anytime somebody becomes the victim of a violent crime like that, they're usually moved into protective custody. Now, if this was the case this time, we're not sure yet. We're still working to get that confirmed. And I should also mention, as many of your viewers probably know, the jail is under a federal investigation right now from the U.S. Department of Justice. So all this going on right now, just so many unanswered questions that we're looking to get the answers to.
Do you have any idea, Michael, as to whether or not there were cameras? Oftentimes we hear that there are cameras in the jail and it could have picked up on what occurred there. If they're still investigating, I would think that they would want to look there first. Yes?
So from what we know of what's going on with Mr. Stillwell is that someone the jail in Fulton County Correctional Facility is old. It is some people say breaking apart, and it is being said that someone made a shank out of like broken pieces of I guess broken pieces of metal or whatever it is that is falling apart in that jail. That someone made a shank out of that to do that to him. And I'm hearing that all of the doors are don't lock. So imagine being in a jail where you try to go to sleep, and usually they'll pop the lock, they'll pop the door around uh breakfast time, and the doors will be able to be open unless you go on lockdown. And then they pop all the doors to lock them, and they pop the doors when they allow you to come out of the cell. But when everyone is sleeping, the doors are supposed to be locked. Well, it's being alleged that that is not the case at Fulton County. And this is not the first time that it has happened, not only to the co-defendant in this case, Shannon Stillwell, but also YFN Lucci was supposedly stabbed, allegedly in Fulton County as well. So a lot of people are saying, like, should they still have this jail open? Should people be, transferred to Cobb County? Also, the jail is overpopulated. Fulton County Jail is overpopulated. So it's like a lot going on all the time in Fulton County. I'm gonna let them finish real quick. Shout out to StreamYard.
Absolutely, yeah. There are cameras throughout that facility, and I know that in previous stabbings that they, of course, go to the surveillance video right away to review it. So I would imagine as long as the cameras were operating, they should have this attack in plain view and be able to see exactly what went down. But again, there have been a number of problems with that jail. It's crumbling.
I agree.
We've seen inmates making shanks and homemade knives out of the crumbling.
I'm glad you said foul play, because I see a lot more, than just that. Like, that's crazy that happened. But I feel like it's foul play. And also, I feel on the state side of things, on the prosecution side of things, it is a whole lot of foul play. And it's so many things that I want to show y'all about what I see when these proceedings are happening in the courtroom. It's so much. It would be like a freaking 8-hour live. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna try to pick the things that are like the most foul, or like the things that are like the most intense, so that I don't have to do an 8-hour live every day, because it's crazy how much foul play is going on. I feel the same way you do, Miss T.
Pieces of that jail, so it's just a mess in there. I've also done reports before.
And then I also wonder, why would that happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm wondering, why would that happen on either side? Like, why would that happen to him? It's so many reasons why I can think of in my mind why that would happen. But I just think that's crazy. And then the fact that it's the second time, that's even crazier. So I'm wondering what's up with that. Like, that's weird. And it makes me feel like goosebumps, because that's the second time, which means that the first time wasn't enough type shit. That's how I feel about it. That's weird. It's really strange.
On the latches on the cells being unlocked so that inmates are just able to walk around freely. So it'll be interesting to see, but absolutely surveillance video, I would imagine, would be the first thing they're looking at.
Do you think there's any possibility that that jail could be closed down and that all of the people who are inside could be moved to another facility, if in fact it is that poor conditions?
For people who may have loved ones or friends in that jail, I mean, they would love to see probably that thing get shut down or for their loved ones to be moved. But the reality of the situation is it's overpopulated. It's a very controversial discussion that's been going on in this community for a while now. I just don't know where they would move them. There's obviously some other facilities around town they could move them, but as far as moving all the defendants, I mean, you already have, for example, Young Thug. He's being held in an adjacent county in Cobb County. So I don't see them moving them, but, you know, everything that's been going on in this trial, you think you've seen it all, and then something else happens. So, I mean, really, your guess is as good as mine.
Michael, we're so glad to have you there on the ground. I mentioned earlier that I thought all of the defendants were behind bars. Do you know for a fact if all 6 of them are now behind bars versus being out on bond? That was my assumption, but I'm wondering if you know.
Yeah, so the 6 that are standing trial right now, they are all behind bars right now. Now, of course.
All right. Well, we'll let him finish this part 2.
The ones that have taken plea deals, there, some of them are out, and there's some that are actually. There was a guy who was severed, Miles Farley, a defendant in this case, who was severed early on, and I believe he is out on bond right now on house arrest. Yes, but the 6 standing trial right now.
Okay, so he was severed, right? It's so much more I gotta tell y'all, but that was pretty much what happened with Mr. Stillwell, and he has a amazing attorney. I love his team as well. He has amazing attorneys. But I'm getting ready to show you guys 2 more clips before I do the reaction to $1 Million Worth of Game. And the clip that I want to show you first is back when they did the opening statements, right? Hold on. 7 major developments. Judge gets furious. Hold on. Because hold on, y'all. Okay. The reason why I want to show you this one is because one of the acts in the indictment that they have on all of the members that they're claiming is a gang and that they are claiming is racketeering in a corrupt organization is a man by the name of Donovan Thomas. Rest in peace to him. He's no longer here with us. But they are putting it on Young Thug, right? And basically saying that he had somebody to do that. This is all alleged. I want to be sensitive to the family because a loss is a loss. And I'm not in any way feeling like, that person should not be here. I don't feel that way. But I want you guys to think about this, to think about something that I'm gonna show you, kind of like a different perspective, but everything that I'm saying is allegedly. Everything that I'm saying is allegedly. Hold up. I want to go back to the opening statements. I want them to push to show the whole thing. You know what? All right. I want to go back to the opening statement of Miss Love, which I want to keep it reiterated that she's the chief executive prosecutor for the state. And this is a lady that last week we were watching her, and we were watching when she got an answer from one of the people that they subpoenaed to be there and had on the stand. And one of his answers was no. And she looked at him like and said, "Are you sure?" And she actually got in trouble for that. And we didn't see her back, leading the case since then. I believe today she would have led the case because she was sitting in the seat that she normally sat in when she was the one that was talking to the witnesses and everything. So I don't know if she got in trouble. I don't know if she was told to lay low because she's clearly nodding her head and doing this and leading the witnesses. But the other lady does the same thing, and I'm going to pop her. I'm going to show y'all that she do that as well. But I'm going to show y'all that on another video. Right now, I just want to show y'all one thing. I want to show you something about. Is this no? That's not the opening statements. What did I put in opening statement? I did. I know I did. Prosecution opening statement.
Growth with Google Ads. Reach high-value customers across the entire Google network.
Whether musically or otherwise.
The attorney. Okay, this is gets furious at attorneys as defense team. Okay, she was wearing that. She was wearing that. Y'all, my bad, y'all, my bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. But I really want to show this to you before day 2. Wait, matter of fact, trial day 4. I might have to go to prosecutor sounds of the rapper for alleged. This might be it. This might be it because I want to show y'all something else.
We say, yes, ma'am, go right ahead.
We're not gonna watch this whole thing, don't worry.
Now, this is the law of the jungle, as old and as true as the sky. And the wolf that shall keep it may prosper, but the wolf that shall break it must die. As the creeper that girdles the tree trunk, the law running forward and back is the wolf. And the strength of the wolf is the path.
This it right here, y'all. This it right here. Raven, what's up, girl?
And the evidence will show that no one is attempting to take away from Mr. Williams the fact that he has had a lucrative rap career. The evidence is simply being put before you to show that he is guilty of committing the crimes that are laid out in this indictment. That he and his fellow YSL gang members.
All right, y'all, don't worry, because this was day one, so I'm sure y'all seen this a lot. But I'm going to segue into something else. We're going to watch about maybe 5 or 10 minutes of this, and then I'm going to go to something else. You'll see why I'm playing this part.
And associates on trial before you now agreed to participate in this organization through the illicit illegal activity listed in this indictment. And that they further committed all the other crimes listed in the indictment beyond Cap 1. Because as you'll see, Cap 1 consists of 191 overt acts.
The 191 overt acts are not fair to me. This is not what I'm about to be talking about for tonight, but I just want y'all to know, because this is what they have been pushing, and the number sounds, oh my goodness, 191 overt acts. This is Goodfellas. No, this is not Goodfellas. 191 overt acts you all put on Young Thug, and it's because you saw people who he knew. Of course, when you are a popular person, you popular in high school, you popular in your neighborhood, you popular, and you become a rapper, and then you're even more popular to even bigger than your neighborhood. You become more popular, right? You cannot take crimes that people who you grew up with did and put them all on you because you decided to take them out to eat one day, or you decided to take them on tour with you one time, or you decided to sign them and put them in the studio. No, that means that y'all, do y'all remember the movie B.I.G.? Remember Notorious B.I.G.? Remember in the beginning of the movie when P. Diddy, and that's crazy now what we know about P. Diddy, but in the movie, right? In the movie, P. Diddy signed him and he saw interest in him, right? But B.I.G. was still trying to sell dope. And P. Diddy came to him and convinced him to stop selling dope. He convinced him to stop doing it. And he signed him, and he only signed him for a small amount, but back then I guess it was enough to make him stop or slow down or whatever. That was what was done in the movie Notorious B.I.G. So what I'm saying is if he grew up with somebody that is still doing crimes or still selling weed, trying to feed their family, and he say, man, let me take you out the hood so you can see different. How many of us got family members that even do that? Let me take you out the hood so you can see something different or do something different. Or let me have my little brother next to me because you know he wilding in the streets. Let me bring them with me so that they can see that it's something better beyond this, beyond Cleveland Avenue. Let me let them see us tour the whole United States so they can see that life is bigger than Cleveland, or whatever you want to call it. And then you see these people with him, and then you go back to 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and you combine every charge that all of those people ever had and decide you want to make it a Rico case. That is what's going on here. And I want to make that very clear that is what's going on here. And that was very lazy of the prosecution. I'm sorry, Fanny. They let you down this time because they should have been more tactical and strategic about the charges that they chose to put on them. Now, I personally am glad that they did that because Young Thug should walk free. He should walk free. If he get a fair trial, he should walk free. If he gets a fair trial. And that's period. I'm not, like I always say, you know, I don't ever celebrate the passing of anybody. You know, I would not want my family member to be hurt or harmed or put in any danger or anything. And unfortunately, when a person joins a gang and they go and they get bodies, sometimes they're the body that got. And that sucks and that's sad and that's horrible. But at the same time, they signed up for a certain life, you know? They signed up for a certain life. And let's continue. I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead, lady. Go ahead.
Acts that aren't all crimes, they're just acts. But counts 2 through 65, the ones that have these defendants' names on them, are the ones you're here to evaluate whether or not the state has proven. Actions and words, words and actions. The evidence will show that this was Donovan Thomas in life, that on January 10th at 2:15, about 7 o'clock in the evening, Donovan Thomas was living his best life. He was up at the barber shop at 330 McDaniel Street. He had paid for a bunch of people, a bunch of kids to get their hair cut. And you'll see that he is out there enjoying himself. The last actions that he took while he was fully alive and healthy, joking with his friends. You'll see that they didn't even see it coming. You'll see evidence that Donovan Thomas was literally in the middle of lapping it up with his friends when a car drives by and opens fire on him and whoever else might have been in close proximity to him.
Pay attention to
Also,
this lady ain't keeping it real.
The evidence will show that this act wasn't done secretly, it was done openly, notoriously, almost as if to send a message. We did it. The evidence will show everybody knew who did it, because it wasn't done secretly. The evidence will show that this act didn't happen in a vacuum. There were things that led up to it. An argument at Club Crucial or Club Crucial, as my defendants may like to say, that involved a YSL associate by the name of Kenneth Copeland and a member of a rival gang. Kenneth Copeland gets jumped. He's flashing money because that's what they do. It's ladies fight night and they're out there flashing money. Kenneth Copeland gets jumped. Diamante Kendrick jumps into action, goes to Kenneth Copeland's defense, punches out a member of the opposition. And then
Pay attention. Pay attention to that. Kenneth Copeland gets jumped. And then another young man that she named that's in the courtroom. So obviously one of the co-defendants. So obviously YSL, right? This is, pay attention. She said that he jumps in defense of the opposition. The opposition. And anybody that's in the chat that have came in the chat, if I didn't say hello to you, please put blame it on my head and not my heart. Hello to anybody that's in here, but I'm not on the StreamYard page because it tends to be slower whenever I go back and forth. So I'm trying to make sure that I look on the TV and see if I see anybody comment. But if you in here, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure you share this video. It's important that you share this video because the prosecution is painting a false narrative, and they have little slip-ups where the truth comes out, like she just said, to defend him in the opposition. And rest in peace, Donovan Thomas. But the truth needs to be said. And I'm a truth teller, right? Or a truth seeker, should I say.
And shots are fired.
Out to all the truth tellers. And
shell casings. Shell casings are all throughout the evidence that you'll see and hear in this case. Remnants of the violence inflicted on this county by YSL and its actions. Shell casings are fired in between January the 6th and 7th of 2015 and January the 10th. Other incidents take place and they lead to the ultimate gunning down of Donovan Thomas. As the evidence shots are fired. Shell casings. Shell casings are all throughout the evidence that you'll see and hear in this case. Remnants of the violence inflicted on this county by YSL and its actions. Shell casings are fired in between January the 6th and 7th of 2015 and January the 10th. Other incidents take place and they lead to the ultimate gunning down of Donovan Thomas.
Did y'all hear
The
that?
evidence will show in the ensuing months, there were series that will show everybody knew who did it. Because it wasn't done secretly.
Listen to this, y'all.
The evidence will show that this act didn't happen in a vacuum. There were things that led up to it. An argument at Club Crucial or Club Brucial.
There were things that led up to it.
As my defendants may like to say, that involved a YSL associate by the name of Kenneth Copeland and a member of a rival gang. Kenneth Copeland gets jumped. He's flashing money because that's what they do. It's ladies fight night and they're out there flashing money. Kenneth Copeland gets jumped. Diamante Kendrick jumps into action, goes to Kenneth Copeland's defense, punches out a member of the opposition.
Oh, the opposition, okay.
And then shots are fired.
Shots are
Shell
fired.
casings. Shell casings are all throughout the evidence that you'll see and hear in this case. Remnants of the violence inflicted on this county by YSL and its actions.
They don't need to blame YSL for that or no gang. They need to blame the NRA because in Georgia you don't need no carry license. You don't need nothing to own a gun in Georgia. Georgia, that's how in Georgia we don't care about guns. That's the same here in Georgia. So I wouldn't blame it on no gangs. Blame it on the NRA because anybody can have a gun. That's over the age of 18. Maybe younger than that. I gotta
Shell
check.
casings are fired in between January the 6th and 7th of 2015 and January the 10th. Other incidents take place and they lead to the ultimate gunning down of Donovan Thomas.
Other incidents take place and they lead to the ultimate gunning down of Donovan Thomas. Rest in peace to Donovan Thomas, but let's continue.
As the evidence will show in the ensuing months, there were series of shootings and retaliatory shootings. Most notably, the mother.
All right, we're gonna stop right there. There was a multitude of shootings and retaliatory shootings, most notably the mother, and she was about to talk about the mother of Lucci. That's what she was about to say, but I told y'all that I wasn't gonna make y'all listen to this lady for too long because I cannot. This lady is, and the reason why is just because I see the way that she carries herself in court, and I don't have respect for the way she's handling the case. She's supposed to, she took an oath, you know what I'm saying? And she's not doing that. She's not doing that. And I don't appreciate it. Hey to everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all for being here. Now I'm getting ready to go ahead and show you guys okay, so we heard what she just said, right? And what I want to say to that is to pay attention to the fact that this lady was saying that it was a retaliatory thing. Pay attention to the fact that this lady said that somebody got jumped, right? And it's cool, sis. Thank you for being here and listening. Thank you so much. And anybody else who here or who come through here, I appreciate you. But yeah, so y'all noticed that she said that there was retaliation basically going back and forth. But the beginning, this is alleged. right? And I want to talk about this as if it was a movie because they are innocent until proven guilty. So I'm definitely not saying that YSL did this. I'm definitely not saying that these are facts or anything like that. But what I am saying is just think about this. This is food for thought, right? Because Young Thug is free. That's what I'm screaming. All he deserves to be free. He didn't get a fair trial. That's their problem. That's their problem. Dude, they should have did their job better. All right, so but with her saying that, she was saying retaliatory shootings going back and forth. But notice that she said that at the root of the problem, one of the uh one of the YSL people, it had to be, was getting jumped because then she said someone from YSL jumped in because one of their homies was getting jumped, right? So I want to go to this. I want to go to this. We actually are gonna do a reaction to part two. I might have to make it a two-part reaction because it's an hour and 36 minutes. But I do want to start by showing y'all this first. I gotta have it muted because I don't know what music they have on here. So before interview to start, as a matter of fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and go to the part that I wanna talk to y'all about.
When you was creating your sound, what empowered you not to stay in the box of, quote unquote hip hop rap, how it's supposed to sound, how it sound before you?
Let me tell you something. If you're coding, designing, create.
Thank you, God.
Yeah, you know what? You know what, go ahead. I believe you.
I believe you, huh? You're working, huh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you some shit, Doug. Now, when you was creating your sound, what empowered you not to stay in the box of, quote unquote hip hop rap, how it's supposed to sound, how it sound before you? What empowered you to say, no, I'm gonna change this shit up. I'm gonna give y'all some shit y'all never heard that y'all can't even categorize?
The fact that I just always paid attention to like the biggest. I was talking to to the youngest the other day, like, goddamn, I was like, man, hip hop, like, you got to understand, a rapper, a hip hop artist, you only can go so far. Like, once you like Drake level, it's like nothing else you can do. Like, at this point, they kind of like waiting on you to fall now. Like,
absolutely.
It's no next level.
Right.
Unless you go pop, unless you go something else. So
absolutely.
I always just focused on like the next level.
Right.
The next level. And that really was the reason for me. Like, and a lot of them niggas ain't like none of that, a lot of that shit. A lot of that shit bullshit anyway. A lot of them niggas came with that straight bullshit.
That straight bullshit.
A lot of them niggas did.
Do you think back then it was because a lot of times as an artist when we young, we don't even really know. I don't think that he really knew you was changing the sound. I think it was more of, or did you know, or was it more of, I was just being me, and that's just how my sound was.
I was just being me. I don't think nobody actually like. No, I think Drake the only nigga that know, like, he knew, like, I'm changing this shit.
Yeah.
Everybody else, all us, like, nigga, when you had your moment of shit, you didn't fucking know, nigga. You just like being you.
Right.
I was always being me.
And then you looked up probably a year and a half in, 2 years, and you like,
after it's over, after the damage is done, that's when you see like, oh shit, I went crazy, bro.
And then you seen all the Thugger clones.
But you know what? I be got them.
No, you inspired. He inspired motherfuckers out here.
He inspired.
How do you feel about that? When you see some people, like,
I
done been down the timeline, I see people, I'm like, damn, Thug really changing the game, because I'm seeing people when I stroll too fast, I'm thinking it's you sometimes. The whole look.
That's the beauty of it. That's how it's supposed to be.
That's powerful.
They
I'm supposed to
messy
be.
as
I got
hell.
them cherish every moment of that too. That's why you don't never really.
They petty as hell. But I like how he answered that question. That's a real
You ain't
nigga.
never really seen me be on no shit like, oh nigga, you copy me, and you ain't gonna never hear me say no shit like that to no nigga anyway, because sometimes it ain't even like you ain't even copying me on no sucker shit. You really copying me on some inspired shit.
Right.
Most times it be inspired. Niggas be inspired. So I can't even just I can't afford to get on. I can't afford to be like, nigga, y'all niggas goddamn biting. Y'all niggas.
I can't be mad at you because I inspired you.
I had to fuck them. If I'm mad at you, I gotta be mad at myself.
Absolutely. Because I'm the reason for this shit.
Right. I'm the reason you want to be like me.
Absolutely. Who inspired you? Because you ain't really come in the game with a style that nobody had.
Now, usually when rappers are asked this question, they say I inspired myself, or I don't listen to nobody but me, or they give some type of industry answer. They don't really give an honest answer. I'm live. Yep. Text me. I told my mama I was live. She down the hall. Girl, knock on the door. But no. Yes, and call. Okay, so like I was saying, now the question that they just asked him, a lot of rappers give an industry answer. They don't keep it deep. They don't keep it real about how they feel. And don't worry, I'm gonna tie everything in together of what I'm showing you guys. But I just want to point that out too, that he's a real nigga for real.
The biggest, a lot of people did, bro. I fought with a lot of people, but the biggest inspiration was that nigga Wayne. But the way that he goddamn greeted me, that's like the second. It's like,
How many people know? Because this is also actually in the case. How many people know about the whole thing with Wayne? Right. All right. So we know about the whole thing with Wayne and Baby having a quote unquote beef. There was words that Baby had to put a hit on Wayne at one time because something had happened at a club, which old girl talks about that in her opening statements as well, about how shots was fired into his tour bus and all of this and that, and that it was Thug fault, right? So first of all, the audio that they had Baby saying you did everything you could do. Come get that, whatever. That's alleged. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm pointing that out for is because they're putting it on YSL. And let's hear how he really feels about Wayne. Let's hear about this because it was beef because he called his album the Barter Six, and Wayne and Baby was having problems around this time because Wayne didn't want to make another song with Cash Money or under Cash Money when he realized that Nicki Minaj and Drake was under Young Money, but Young Money was under Cash Money, and he started waking up and realizing something, and then he didn't like his situation anymore, and it was problems. So the Carter Six didn't come out and everything, and then Rich Gang came together, and that was Young Thug, Baby, and Rich Homie Quan. They came together and made Rich Gang, right? So obviously, if for him to be around Baby, he had to have been around Wayne before, right? And obviously, he named his album Barter Six for a reason. And to anybody who really didn't know, or what I'm saying, know what was really going on, they probably would have came in and thought like, oh, Young Thug, he picking with Lil Wayne or something like that. Let's hear how he really felt about Wayne. Let's hear about this. Because for him to come and form a group with Baby and Rich Homie Quan says a lot in itself. But let me let him say it. Let me let Jeff
really
say
the main reason why
it.
I never got now. I always had in my mind like I never in my life treat another person like this, because it's not like a real nigga. It's not like how you treat. You got to goddamn. I ain't even get a chance. I'm like, man, I at least got to give everybody a chance. Like, I can't just nigga, you got them this, you buying it, nigga, all that, just a mean aggressive shit. I ain't doing this shit because goddamn, I know I'm a real player.
Right. Absolutely. Because I'm the reason for this shit.
Right. I'm the reason you want to be like me.
Absolutely. Who inspired you? Because you ain't really come in the game with a style that nobody had.
The biggest, a lot of people did, bro. I fought with a lot of people, but the biggest inspiration was that nigga Wayne. But the way that he goddamn greeted me, that's like the second. That's like really the main reason why I never goddamn. I always had in my mind like I never in my life treat another person like this, because it's not like a real nigga. It's not like how you treat. You got to goddamn. I ain't even get a chance. I'm like, man, I at least got to give everybody a chance. Like, I can't just nigga, you goddamn this, you buying it, nigga, out of you know, just a mean aggressive shit. I ain't doing that shit because goddamn, I know I'm a real player.
Right.
And I know I ain't really get a fair chance.
Right.
The nigga that inspired me.
So like, okay, so you see him, you inspired, you walk up, you like, what's up, Wayne? What's up, Weezy? I'm the newest member. What's up, man? And it was just like, what's up, nigga?
Man, that nigga goddamn, the first day that nigga goddamn didn't dap me up.
Oh, just left you hanging?
Tried me.
Sheesh.
Nigga tried my pimping.
Damn.
I'm like, I be really, you still goddamn real. Now my motherfucking feet hurt. Nigga, I'm a real stepper. don't do me like that. You tripping. Man, nigga, left my pimping hanging.
Left the pimping hanging.
I'm
just
like,
there. Just
he probably had some dog. He probably had them chrome hearts on.
Mm-hmm.
You right. Cool. Then goddamn, you know, it just kept going on. One time I dapped him up. This is how he dapped me. That one, like, I'm like, hey, listen, bro.
What rapper you know would even admit some shit like that? What rapper do you know would even admit that? I don't know a rapper that would even admit that they got dissed by another rapper that they looked up to. They're saying, I'm gonna let him finish. Y'all know I talk too much.
If I touch your hand again, I'm a hoe anyway.
Right.
I'm never touching your hand again.
Right.
Just off of that, like, bro,
Right.
you tripping, nigga. I'm a player, and I'm a real player, and I don't get no fuck, nigga. I ain't no nothing about me, no group, no nothing. Like,
Right.
I'm just a real nigga.
Right.
You inspired me.
Right.
Bro, that nigga, you know, like, but you know, like, a lot of this shit come from, like, you know, being spoiled and shit. You know, I can't never accept that. Like, everybody always try to make me accept, like, the spoiled situation is like, hell no, because at one point I was spoiled. I'm still a man, and I still goddamn know how to treat a man, and I still got man tactics.
Absolutely.
Like, ain't that much spoiled in the world.
Right.
My kid's spoiled right now, but my son, nigga, a real gangster.
Right. And
This
if he
nigga-
get out of line, do something like he gonna get put in a place that no, we don't roll like that. We don't do that. We don't operate like that.
Hell no, nigga.
See, one thing I always do is I lead with respect.
Respect, love.
You feel what I'm saying? I
That's
lead
real
with
shit.
respect. So understand, if I ever gotta go through it with a nigga, I don't give a fuck the consequences on your side, because you the reason why we going through this.
100%.
100%. I'm gonna run it back one more time.
100%.
So I don't give a fuck about the consequences on your.
Because at one point I was spoiled. I'm still a man, and I still goddamn know how to treat a man, and I still got man tactics.
Absolutely.
Like, ain't that much spoiled in the world.
Right.
My kid's spoiled right now, but my son, nigga, a real gangster.
Right. And
This
if he
nigga
get out of line, do something like he gonna get put in a place that no, we don't roll like that. We don't do that. We don't operate like that.
Hell no, nigga.
See, one thing I always do is I lead with respect.
Respect, love.
You feel what I'm saying? I
That's
lead
real
with
shit.
respect. So understand, if I ever gotta go through it with a nigga, I don't give a fuck the consequences on your side, because you the reason why we going through this.
100%. 100%.
So I don't give a fuck about the consequences on your side, because I don't fuck with motherfuckers. I lead with respect.
Right.
So if me and you beefing,
gotta be because of you. Gotta be.
If I'm a young nigga.
Done. I'm done. I'm gonna let y'all go on that one. I hope that y'all understood. If you didn't understand what I'm showing you this for, it's because we dealing with Georgia first Rico case Okay, this is Georgia, the state of Georgia first Rico case. All right, and it's gonna be a lot of things that's gonna be heard and said in that courtroom that, for one, is irrelevant to Young Thug because he can't be everywhere at every time. He is not God. He can't be everywhere every time. So some of these acts, these that they're gonna present to the jury, has nothing to do with this man, right? And he innocent until proven guilty, period. But let's say if the prosecution was correct about some of the things that have happened. He already just said how he had young Lil Wayne and them. He had it tattooed on him. He haven't covered the tat up. He done got dissed by Wayne. All of this shit done happened. Wayne don't fuck with him at all. He don't got the tattoo covered up. He don't feel uncomfortable even talking about the fact that Wayne dissed him twice and he was just like, fuck it. He don't have no problem saying that. That's truly humble to me. That's truly humble to me, under God, if you ask me. Because in the courtroom at one point, the lady was like, I really, yeah, this is Georgia first Rico. This is Georgia first Rico. So, you know, state, this is Georgia, the state of Georgia first Rico case. But yeah, so where was I saying? Yeah, it's a part in the trial where one of the prosecutors asked, oh, yeah, this is there's a part in the trial where one of the prosecutors asked the witness, do you see this behavior? It was something that happened in the mall. And really, I'll go ahead and tell y'all what happened. So there was a security administrator in the mall that had an altercation with Young Thug, and he followed them all the way to the car. Okay, they had left out the mall. They had went to the valet. They had pulled up. I believe it was a Jag or something or whatever car he was in. Right, putting the bags in the car, leaving, and the man still proceeded to try to have an altercation with him. And he claims that Thug said, if you don't move from around my car or something like that, I'm gonna come back to shoot you in the face. That's what he said. Lord, YouTube, I'm sorry, but that's what they're alleging that he said, right? And so the prosecutor asked the man, "Did you see this behavior as being truly humble under God?" Because that's what his defense attorney Brian still said that's what thug means, truly humble under God. That was his meaning of thug, right? So she was being funny when she said, do you think this behavior is truly humble under God? And the man said no. But one, that wasn't a strong case that they was presenting at that time because the security said that Young Thug said something to him. It was a white man, a security guard, that said that there was an altercation on the escalator and that Young Thug said something to him. Brian still pointed out the fact that if it was an altercation, the people who was in front of y'all would have been looking back. The people who was around y'all would have been looking up if it was something really going on the escalator. But there are certain times when somebody sees a black man with a lot of notoriety or a black man who walking with his chest strong and his head held high with too much confidence and they want to start fucking with him. So to me, it looked like in the video, it didn't show anything but him being harassed by the mall security just because the mall security can do that. And then the mall security said, Young Thug said he was gonna shoot him in the face. So he didn't delete his social medias. He just locked his social media so you could just see the profile picture because he was getting threats. He started getting threats on social media. How many of us know a situation where one of them have tried to do something like that and say that we were threatening them? Sometimes us merely walking around is threatening them. So for a black woman to even say that is just so stupid to me because that's not a strong case. If it was really truly a altercation, people would have been looking back or moving, or it would have been some type of action. And I'm gonna show y'all that tomorrow. Because I have a feeling because of what happened with Shannon Stillwell, I have a feeling that there's not gonna be any court tomorrow. So since I won't have anything, to come to you guys tomorrow with as far as court, I can save the reaction of part 2 of the $1 million worth of game thing. I can save that reaction for tomorrow, early tomorrow or tomorrow afternoon. So that way I don't lose y'all, right? But she said, do you think that this behavior is truly humble under God to be funny? And to be honest with y'all, it's a lot of things about him that will show that he's humble even way before the Rico case. And I feel some type of way towards $1 million worth of game because I do feel like that second interview, was like underhanded. It was like it wasn't I'd rather show you guys better than I can tell you guys. But the second interview was just different. And they vibes was just different. And we could probably watch the rest of this interview tomorrow too, But I just don't want to stay live too long and lose some of y'all. I know that y'all are busy and this is late. This is usually not even the time that I want to be live, but I really wanted to show y'all this. I really wanted to show y'all this because he is humble. To even say that is humble. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna continue to try to expose facts in this case. Thank you, everybody. Thank y'all so much for being here. Raven, Miss T, I appreciate y'all always coming through and showing me love and being there. Y'all do me a favor and make sure that y'all share this live so that other people can see it. I want everybody to see the truth. So if y'all can, just try y'all best to push this live out, share it to 10 people or make sure that you like the video. I appreciate y'all so much. I'm gonna let y'all go on that. And we will reconvene about this tomorrow, early tomorrow. So then that way I can do the purge tomorrow night. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. And look out for me tomorrow because I'm coming back.